Welcome back, cherished members of the News Around community. In a world saturated with manufactured romances, scripted scandals, and relationships that seem to dissolve as quickly as a morning mist, we often find ourselves searching for something tangible, something rooted in the bedrock of reality rather than the shifting sands of publicity. Today, we turn our lens toward a couple who has mastered the art of existing in the spotlight while keeping their souls firmly planted in the shade of privacy. We are talking, of course, about the effervescent Gupse Özay and the stoic, charismatic Barış Arduç. Their recent interaction regarding a certain Sea View comment has not only entertained the masses but has offered a masterclass in confidence and matrimonial harmony. Before we unravel the delightful layers of this story, a narrative of humor, unwavering support, and the quiet power of family, we invite you to subscribe to News Around. If you wish to support independent, in-depth storytelling and ensure we can continue to bring you these detailed analyses, please consider hitting that join button. Your patronage allows us to dig deeper. Don't forget to like this video and prepare your keyboards, for we will want your opinions on today's fascinating topic. It is a rare phenomenon in the Turkish entertainment industry to find a couple that is universally adored not for their drama, but for their resolute lack of it. Barış Arduç and Gupse Özay stand as the vanguards of this rare breed, a duo whose relationship feels less like a performance for the cameras and more like a private sanctuary they occasionally allow us to glimpse. Recently, however, the sanctuary leaders opened a window, and the breeze that came through was filled with laughter. The catalyst was a comment made by Gupse Özay, a woman whose comedic genius is matched only by her profound emotional intelligence. During an appearance on a show hosted by Berfu Yenenler, the conversation inevitably drifted toward the physical attributes of her husband, Barış Arduç, specifically, his musculature, which has been the subject of admiration for millions. With a nonchalance that only a partner secure in her bond could possess, Gupse delivered a line that instantly entered the Hall of Fame of celebrity quotes. "Imagine him as a house with a sea view," she quipped, her eyes dancing with mirth. "I've gotten used to it. I don't look at Barış anymore." This statement was a thunderclap of hilarity in a digital landscape often taking itself too seriously. It was not a dismissal of her husband's allure, but rather a testament to the normalization of extraordinary beauty when it is paired with profound intimacy. By comparing him to a sea view, she acknowledged his grandeur while simultaneously grounding him as her home, a fixture she navigates with comfort rather than awe. The internet erupted, not with scandal, but with applause. Comments flooded in praising her confidence, noting that only a woman truly secure in her own worth could joke about overlooking one of the country's most desired men. But the story does not end with the jest, it is completed by the response. When the microphones of Gazette magazine found Barış Arduç and sought a rejoinder to his wife's viral indifference to his physique, his answer was a lesson in modern masculinity. He did not posture, nor did he feign offense. Instead, he smiled the smile of a man who knows exactly who holds his heart and simply stated, "Whatever she says, my wife is right." In that brief, 3-second soundbite, Barış Arduç dismantled the fragile ego often associated with leading men and replaced it with a manifesto of adoration. It was a declaration that in the kingdom of their marriage, her voice is the law he happily abides by. This interaction wasn't just about muscles or jokes. It was a public display of a private harmony, a signal that their connection is built on a foundation where humor is a love language and support is a reflex. This brings us to a fascinating point about relationship dynamics. We often see celebrity couples trying to outshine one another, but here we have a balance of humor and humility. I want to ask you, the insightful viewers of News Around, do you believe that humor is the most important ingredient in a long-lasting marriage? And what do you think of Barış's submission to his wife's joke? Is this the ultimate sign of a confident man? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section. We read every single one. And if you're enjoying this analysis, remember that clicking the join button is the best way to help us grow. To truly appreciate the weight of these recent exchanges, one must look back at the tapestry of their shared history. The seeds of this unshakable bond were sown on the set of the 2014 film Deliha. It was there, amidst the chaotic energy of filmmaking, that Gupse's creative brilliance met Barış's quiet intensity. Unlike the whirlwind romances that burn out before the film credits roll, Theirs was a slow burn, a friendship that matured into love away from the prying lenses of the paparazzi. They did not sell their courtship to magazines, they did not stage arguments for attention. They simply were. This authenticity is what makes them real in an industry of avatars. Their 2020 wedding was the ultimate expression of this philosophy, discreet, intimate, and stripped of the performative excess that characterizes celebrity nuptials. It was a celebration for them, not for the audience. The arrival of their daughter, Jan Ossia, in 2022, added a new, tender dimension to this narrative. The joy reflected in Barış Arduç's eyes whenever he speaks of his daughter is palpable. He has frequently been quoted saying, "I'm so lucky that my daughter looks like her mother," a sentiment that reinforces his deep admiration for Gupse not just as a partner, but as the archetype of beauty in his world. This transition into parenthood has silenced the background noise of malicious rumors. When gossip mongers attempted to fabricate a marital crisis during Barış's collaboration with other high-profile actresses like Hande Erçel, the couple didn't dignify the noise with a press release. They simply continued to live their lives, their body language and casual outings serving as the only rebuttal needed. They proved that the truth does not need to scream to be heard, it just needs to exist. We must also pause to admire the exquisite balance of their personalities. It is a study in complementary forces. Gupse Özay is the fire, energetic, witty, verbal, and outwardly expressive. She brings the color and the noise. Barış Arduç is the water, calm, reflective, protective, and steady. In many relationships, such polarity causes friction, but for them, it creates a perfect circuit. Gupse's humor disarms the tension of his fame, while Barış's calmness provides a grounding anchor for her creative energy. This is emotional intelligence in action. When Gupse jokes that she is used to the view, she is signaling that she loves the man inside the house, not just the facade that the public admires. And when Barış agrees with her, he is signaling that he values her wit more than his own vanity. As we dissect this beautiful dynamic, we are curious about your preferences for our future content. This channel, News Around, thrives on covering the stories you care about. Is there another Turkish celebrity couple whose relationship dynamics you find equally fascinating or perhaps misunderstood? Maybe a couple that is keeping a low profile? Drop their names in the comments below. We are listening. And a gentle reminder, your subscriptions and join memberships are the fuel that keeps our news engine running. Social media, usually a battlefield of criticism, has laid down its arms for Barış and Gupse. The comments are overwhelmingly positive, filled with a longing for the kind of connection they represent. If this isn't femininity, what is? Users ask, praising Barış's chivalry. This couple reminds us of true love, others write. In an era of digital filters and curated realities, the public is starving for the unvarnished truth, and this couple serves it in abundance. They offer a vision of romance that isn't about grand gestures on yachts, but about laughing together at home, about respecting each other's individuality, and about growing together in the quiet moments. Barış's recent reflections on fatherhood further cement this image. Speaking about Jan Ossia, he noted that their communication has strengthened as she grows, painting a picture of a father deeply involved in the emotional development of his child. Balancing a high-octane career with the demands of fatherhood and being a supportive husband to a successful writer-actress is no small feat yet. The harmony they display suggests that they do not view their careers and their family as competing interests, but as interconnected aspects of a shared life. They support each other's successes rather than resenting the time it takes away from the relationship. In the end, the Sea View comment was never really about muscles. It was a metaphor for longevity. You only get used to a view if you stay in the location for a long time. You only stop staring in or if the extraordinary becomes your daily reality, your safe harbor. Gupse Özay and Barış Arduç have shown us that the ultimate goal of romance isn't to be constantly dazzled, but to be completely at home with one another. They have proven that a shared laugh is stronger than any scandal, and a united front is the best defense against the world. Barış Arduç and Gupse Özay continue to write their story not with ink, but with actions, smiles, and a refreshing dose of reality. They remain the undisputed champions of the unfiltered relationship, teaching us all a little something about love, loyalty, and the importance of not taking oneself too seriously. Thank you for tuning in to this special edition of News Around. We hope this deep dive brought a smile to your face and warmth to your heart. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and make sure you are subscribed so you never miss an update. For those who want to be part of our inner circle, the join button awaits you. Until the next story unfolds, take care, keep laughing, and stay true to yourselves. Goodbye.